Don't say I didn't warn you.
McDonald's is now charging $18 for a Big Mac combo meal.
How much did you pay for a Big Mac? $18 for a Big Mac combo meal.
$18. And I believe very soon a family of four will go through a McDonald's drive-thru. They'll get 4 combo meals, an apple pie, and maybe a sundae and spend $125. If you look at the fall of Venezuela, what actually happened to that country?
On paper, this is a rich country, yet its people are forced to shuffle along in lines for toilet paper.
The International Monetary Fund projects the country's inflation rate will rise to an incomprehensible 1,000,000%.
Each day at dusk, the unemployed converge on this sidewalk trash heap in downtown Caracas, picking through rotten fruit and vegetables tossed out by nearby shops.
Venezuela was once the richest country in Latin America, has more oil reserves today than any other country in the world, and had a government which everyone praised worldwide. So what happened? Now today, Venezuela has one of the highest inflation rates and crime that's surpassing nearly every other country. And it happened virtually overnight. And you look at what's happening here, the trends are unbelievable. We're walking into what I believe is going to be a very big problem, one of the biggest problems America's ever seen, coming very soon.
Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, the honest and apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out
Don't say I didn't warn.
Unto those like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. Hey, they got Trump saying it, but it's factual. Don't say we didn't warn you. Don't say we didn't warn you. I should title this show. Well, we'll see. See how the spirit goes. I'm not gonna try to make this long, but I don't. Sometimes brothers put stuff on the WhatsApp. I don't have TikTok, so maybe we just popped up. One of the brothers sent it, but this is heavy in itself. All right, it shows you the danger of inflation, hyperinflation that's about to take place, and it's factual because even Five Guys, which Five Guys is way better than McDonald's and all this other shit, and damn near for get a hamburger, which was a double patty, and you get fries, it's like $15-$16, you know. And the only good thing about the fries is fried in peanut oil. So for the value of something that's supposed to be good for you is damn near $20. So imagine the shit that's not even supposed to be good for you. And like McDonald's, like they was mentioning, and that shit is damn near $20. All right. I don't eat McDonald's or Burger King's or all that. Sometimes I have to pick up for one of those places. And the prices, if I ever do look at it, is astronomical. Which, when you really look into it, is worthless food. And that's what Esau Edom, the so-called white man, has established, is worthless foods. Foods that they'll say pretty much calorie, food with a lot of calories to it. So you eat more and you receive no natural minerals nor vitamins in the food that they're giving. So it keeps you want to eat more. That's why the majority of Americans are obese. All right, they living deliciously, like the scripture says. All right, they're living deliciously. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. But before I get that, Amos, let me get this out of the way. I know how I get down. I always something in mind, but it never comes out. Well, it does come out, but sometimes. Amos 3:15. I will smite the weather house with the summer house, and the houses of ivy shall perish, and the great houses shall have an end, save the Lord. So the Lord, when he said that, he was speaking to Israel, who had all these, which are the true biblical Israelites, which are Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But we was in that land, we had riches beyond our means. We had riches. I won't say beyond our means. But what we did with our riches, we thought we was the best. It was everything. So the Lord said he's going to take now the summer house, the winter house, because we don't bear summer house or winter house. The majority of Jake, and he was just making about Venezuela. Venezuela, if I'm not mistaken, that's Asher and Nathalie. But they're suffering right now. And that's a prelude. Everything that's happening right now is a prelude to what's going to take place in the near future. And when I mean the near future, I'm talking about within months, because they're talking about next week, the government's going to shut down. Which the government shutdown doesn't really mean much to the average person, but it does mean certain things, because if you're going to get government assistance, that you're not going to receive your assistance, and people is going to work without getting paid. So there's a great fall that's going to take place in America. This is a great fall. Revelations 18, I want to go to the point. 7. It says, how much she have glorified herself, which is talking about America, Babylon the Great. America, Babylon the Great is, in the scripture, considered to be a woman. That's why it's called the daughter of Babylon. Revelation 17 calls it the whore that sitteth upon the scarlet beast. All right. So America has a spirit of a woman in it. Spend money, be careless, believe that she's the baddest, BICTH on the block. Like nothing could ever happen to her. This place glorified itself. Have people believe that I got the mightiest army in the world. Everything of America is about prosperous life. So everybody flees here believing that this is the end all to be all. This is the equation of heaven on earth. All right? They truly believe that. And a lot of people coming from places that have natural resources, but their governments who sold out to the American government take all the natural resources and box them and have people spend billions of dollars, and the same thing that could feed their local economy is not done because these corporations, which are set by America, is eating up the land of those places dry. So it leaves the people of those particular lands to flee to America for work, to go back to their own country so they can live a decent life. That's crazy, but that's the reality. So she glorified herself. She's smelling herself. She's feeling herself. All right. It says how much she glorified herself throughout history. Told the world, Biden made a statement, and they asked, can you front 2 wars? And he said, this is America. we could do whatever we want. Like, that's part of self-glorification. And live deliciously. So there was a time, I remember, when McDonald's, you get a meal. Damn, I now remember. Wow, it was like maybe Big Mac, fries, and a drink. Maybe $2.99, something like that. Back in the days, $20 could have get you, $10 could have get you a good amount of, would have got you like, I would say 3 or 4 meals out of McDonald's. Now, you could barely get a meal with $10. All right? This is crazy. So this place lived deliciously. There was a TV program, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. That was in the 80s. I will never forget that. This is when the crack epidemic was crazy, and you couldn't really go outside as a kid because shit was going crazy. I believe it was Thursdays, Channel 7, ABC. Around like 7, 8 o'clock. There was something that came after it. But you see how the rich lived. They were millionaires, but the rich lived good. They had nice houses, and you just like, you sitting there dreaming. Like, one day I'll get there. Well, somebody was living good, man, and the rest was not living good at all. It says, so much torment and sorrow give her. All right, so the Lord said, look, I should have read up, but it doesn't matter. Like all the things that it has done is all the wickedness that America has done is established on earth has reached unto heaven, to the doorsteps of the Lord. All right, her sins have reached unto heaven. It says, for she say in her heart, I sit a queen and no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And that's what the Americans truly believe. They believe that they will never see sorrow. They'll get past this inflation because the dollar is strong. There's nothing stronger than the US dollar around the world. Now, all the people that was trading with the dollar, so happens, all the people that got natural resources in their country decide, you know what, let's get together and drop the dollar. And the American people have not felt the effect of it yet, which is going to lead into hyperinflation. All right. When the price is going to be so inflated that it's going to be astronomical, proving that the US dollar is worthless. The US dollar is going to be worthless real soon, which is going to lead to a lot of Zephaniah 1:10. It says, it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howl from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. So simultaneous things are going to take place. Now, if you live in a merchant place and there's a fish gate and that crashes, that means no fish comes in. No fish comes in, that means what? Your main source of income, all right? If you're in the border, everybody will come for the fresh fish at this location, and they can't get that fish, it means you lose money. So the Lord's like, look, the fish ain't going to come. There's going to be a howling. There's going to be a great crash from the hills, meaning something else is going to take place. It says, how the inhabitants of Maktesh, because Maktesh was a merchant city. All right. So the Lord's for warning, like how? For all the merchant people are cut down, all that bear silver are cut off. So all the money makers is going to be cut off. Well, the dollar's losing its strength. Gold and silver, which never loses its strength because of the quality, is going to be skyrocketing. That's going to be the only last resort. But the way the plan is that's not going to even save no one. All right, that's not going to able to aid anyone. Matter of fact, what scripture I'm thinking of? Is it the same chapter? It says, right, jumping down. The whole chapter is bad, but I just want to hit some key points. Zephaniah 1:18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. So you can't buy your way out of divine judgment. Ooh, that's a good one. You can't buy your way out of divine judgment. Once divine judgment is on you, there's nothing that can save you. That's what it says, Deuteronomy 32 and 39, that the Lord said, like, he is it. There's no God beside him. Nobody can deliver out of his hand. So there's no amount of money that's going to be able to save anybody. All right? That could buy you time. And even in that sense, that's not going to even buy you enough time. Because what's going to happen is going to, and it's long overdue, especially in America. All the other countries have been through these ups and downs because of America. What did Malcolm X said? The rooster is gonna come to the roost. So all the sins of America, all the wickedness that is broadcast throughout the whole four corners of the earth is slowly creeping back to America. But this time it's going to take a major effect, and it's never going to recover from it. All right. this is considered to be the first world. Well, guess what? First world is gonna feel the wrath. Jeremiah 51. I'm gonna go back to the other one. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. So the philosophies of Babylon, their dollar, all right, that has a lot to do with a lot of things. See, you back in the days, you take a dollar to, let me see, what country, best country I could use. Well, let's say the peso. One American dollar compared to a peso would probably be like, I would be maybe $10 of their pesos, maybe less. So you go down there because you have the top dollar, feeling yourself, smelling yourself. You know, like I could buy this, I could buy that. You look at the people over there, they poor. Look at these people. Oh, right? So now the dollar's equal to is going to be beneath the pesos. All right? Because of the bad dealings, man. Because because of the fiat currency. The fiat currency, which is pretend money, which all these nations follow suit. All right? That's why the next step that they're trying to do is get rid of paper dollars. It was said in redacted that Europe no longer practicing cash. So they're going full throttle of going digital. All right? This is all part of Babylon, America's philosophy. That's why you got a WEF. They're pushing that. People that have no say to no governments. They answer to no governments. There's a private organization, but yet it has the ears and the minds of all the leaders of the world. But the Lord used that to have the nations drunk. Right? So and Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, which is a philosophy, right? Democracy, the number one philosophy. And under democracy, feminism, all right? Which is a major thing to tear up the family. All right? That's another major stumbling block to the world. Here it is, man, women has been from generation to generation living a decent life. Here comes this man was saying, oh, women got to get educated. She don't have to take the man's ish no more. She's smarter than the man, this, that, to the third. And what does it do? Divorce rates. It destroys actual families. Well, that's part of the philosophies. The wine. It says, the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. The results of all this is leading to madness. Babylon is suddenly fallen, but simultaneously, it has poisoned the world, but now it's falling and destroyed. How for her? And how is going to be destroyed? All this shit is going to take place. The stock market crash, famine, pestilence, all these things is never going to recover. It says, how for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. So bailouts out to bailouts. That's another example. All right. Of trying to heal this shit. This shit is never going to be healed. I have the television on, and I'm watching MTV Classics of the 80s. This is the last good decade of music and all the sorts of things. The 90s was good music, but it wasn't great. And after that, 2000s it got even worse than the 90s. So the last good decade, probably the 70s and the 80s, and everybody's trying to mirror, because even back then it was trying to mirror the decade before. All right? So people have been trying to heal. That's why they had Trump said that Build Back America Greater. Build Back America Great or some shit like that. So they would try to heal Babylon, but it's not healed. It can't be healed. Okay? There's going to be no Reaganomics to fix anything. America's too deep, man. It says, we have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Oh, man, there's so much evidence now that people are fleeing America faster than ever. All right? Yeah, you still have a lot of communities where a lot of people are coming in, but a lot of people are coming in, a lot of people are leaving. This is not the sexy place any longer. It says, let us go, everyone, into his own country, for a judgment have reached unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. So when this hyperinflation really takes place, there's going to be a mass exodus out of America. There's already different forms of exodus in America. And when it comes to Jake with the Passport Bros and all this other stuff, that's part of it. All right, people are fleeing by the drones and trying to find a better life outside of this place, because the Spirit of the Lord may have mercy on them. Because America is going to be that great altar, like Apostle Paul always says. No one's going to escape except for the elect of the nation of Israel, which we all thrive to be. We're the hopeful elect. Because what's about to come, and we already seeing it, with this shit that's about to hit the fan, you talking about crime going up? Crime is going to be at a whole nother level. You talking about massive unemployment? They're already kicking people out. There's a lot of homeless people out there. Homeless men. Then you have people that's flaunting cash and all. Man, it's about to be that. It's about to be hideous out there. All right? It's going to get terrible. It says, for a judgment reach unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Let us brought forth our righteousness come. Let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our power. The work of the Lord is showing that he raised up the prophets to show Israel their sins. And the Lord's about to judge this place. I have one more. I'll make this short. Yeah, right. I love saying that. It's just a spirit. 2nd Ezra 15:54. I want to get. Second Ezra 15 and 50. Sorry. The glory of the power shall be dried up as a flower. The heat shall arise that is sent over thee. Which is talking about those nuclear missiles. And that heat that's going to come from it. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes. All right? And that's what's happening. America's been weakened, okay, as a poor woman. So you being beat. That proud woman, I think that she could get away with everything, is being beat. The local citizens are losing it. All right? It says, as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. What I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, saith the Lord, if thou hast not always slain my chosen. So when you read this, it's talking about Asia, Babylon, all right, which is America. Asia represents the other side. And the Lord said, if that has not done unto the Lord's chosen, who were the Lord's chosen? The nation of Israel. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Our history is embedded in all these societies, all throughout the earth. And the golden age had to do with us in captivity. So the Lord said, if you had done that to his chosen, exalt that stroke of thine hand, saying over their dead, when thou was drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance. So they beat us. They sent gifts one to another, which was us. They did all sorts of mockery. So all this is payback. All right? A lot of people don't want to believe in reincarnation. Oh, God, that the past be the past. Not in the sight of the Lord. That's right fresh in his eyes. And what you did to the Lord's chosen, he's paying you back. World War III is the ultimate payback. Joel, the 3rd chapter tells you. The reason why all these nations are so invested to the Middle East is to be judged by the great judge. All right? And the reason for it, they may think that they're going there for Israel's trying to get rid of the Palestinians because of they want to put a pipe through the Middle East to cut off Saudi Arabia or Russia oil. And this they may think that may be what people may think, but in reality is what you did to the Lord's people. It says the reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom. Therefore thou shalt receive recompense, payback, like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall the Yahweh do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. And what we've seen is the mischief. And I always bring it out of late when it says Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, that the Lord set the trap, a snare. Matter of fact, we get that. I could drop that one. Jeremiah 50. And 24, it says, I have laid a snare for thee, and that art so taken. So the Lord say he set up a trap for you. Matter of fact, let me go up a little bit. Jeremiah 50 and 22. A sound of the battle is in the land, a great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder? Now who's the hammer of the whole earth? America. America has garrisons, all right, which embassies throughout military bases throughout the whole four corners of the earth. All right, strategically at certain areas, so they will lose ground, so they can lose their influence. And just like I stated earlier about the natural resources and so forth, they're ensuring, which that's another show in itself. They're keeping, they're protecting the international bankers' property. All right, the U.S. government is technically the private army of the international bankers. Like I said, that's a whole nother show right there. And it says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become desolation among the nations? So America is destined to be desolate, transformed into a lustful land, to a desert. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken. So the Lord set up a trap for everything that this place is doing is ill towards its future. Like I stated, looking back in the 80s, the money that was being put out there, the money that certain people had that was living real good at that particular time. All right? That same amount of money is not even equated to the money of today. And all this fiat currency, all these Americans that love spending, the holiday season is coming up, so they spend Christmas, you know. They're trying to get that Christmas, Thanksgiving spirit. All that trapping has gotten you comfortable, so comfortable that you didn't even see this shit coming. This was not part of the forecast. Everybody, only certain experts that check out history, understand finances, was seeing this shit coming a mile away. And even in that, they don't know how the devastation is about to take place. All right? It says, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. So this place was not self-aware. They believed that this place was going to continue to the next 100 years. But you're not aware that the Lord set you up. Thou art found and also caught because thou hast strived against the Lord. So them going to the Middle East is the hammer, the nail to the coffin. All right? Every move that you have made has been made irresponsible. All right? That's why the U.S. debt is what? At the trillions, $33 trillion. It is gave the welfare land of Israel more money. They're pretty much not even talking about Ukraine anymore. Printing about printing. But once again, all that ish is going to come back to you. Habakkuk 2 and 5 to the point. Yet also because he transgressed my wine, which we established, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, which we established, who enlarges his Zion as hell, which we established, and is as death cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall they not take up a parable against him, a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, which you look up the word thick clay in the Hebrew is abatyat, which means what? Wage of pledge, heavy debts. All right. So this place owes heavy debts to the international bankers, and they're gonna just like they have bankrupted all the other places in the world, and everybody's gonna attempt to pay that back. How are they gonna pay it back? With their souls, literally. That's why Revelations 13:16 is all about. Shall they not raise up suddenly that shall bite thee? Awake that shall vex thee, and that shall be for booties unto them. It's a spoil. All right? A spoil. This land, these people are meant to be a spoil. And we're about to see the nastiness of human nature that's going to take place in America. Because that has spoiled many nations. So they robbed many nations. They took from all these nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. That's why you have a certain quote-unquote threat of the migrates. That threat that they try to put out there and tell the world, Hamas came from the borders and all this other shit. This is the international bankers breaking all the borders and causing chaos all over the place. So something's going to take place so bad that it's going to change the whole dynamics of everything. And it's going to get worse and worse. All right. It says, because man's blood and for the violence of the land and of the city and all that dwell therein, woe to him that coveteth in evil covetousness to his house, which means taking stuff wrongfully. All right. When you covet something, that means you want it. And since you want it, you will do whatever it takes to take it. That's what they have done. That he may set his nest on high, meaning what? Escape from judgment. That he may be delivered from the power of evil. That has consulted shame to thy house. So America is shameful. All right. This evilness has stained its glory. It says, by cutting off many people that have sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer. So the cries of, what is going to say, it says, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, How was America established? America established by the slaughtering, by the essence. The foundation of this place was by the rape, robbery, and murder of the Israelites. Point blank, period. And establish a city by iniquity. So all these major cities are established with iniquity. Iniquity is what? Sin multiply. The wrongful killing of the Lord's chosen people. This is a stain in the sight of the Lord. That alone should have gotten this place wiped out. So everything that's happening is the result of all this. The essence, the beginning, the principle reasoning why this shit is going to happen. All right? It's just a matter of months before all hell breaks loose and people had not have enough. Then the government is going to be on the rights to come and take everything from you. It says, behold, it is not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, which is talking about Israel, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity. Because all this work is for nothing. All right, us, the 9 to 5s and everything like that, it's for nothing because it don't mean nothing at the end of the day. All right, for the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, which through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. That's what these electronic epistles is all about. It says, as waters cover the sea. And the scripture says in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, that faith shall flourish, deceit shall be quenched, and faith shall flourish. So the knowledge of the Lord is coming. That's why everything's being unveiled. All right? Everything's being seen. It says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink. That he's going to drink again. That putteth that bottle to him, that maketh him drunken also, and that maketh look on his nakedness. So the philosophies have gotten the whole entire world showing themselves. It's just like a drunk person. When a person drinks a certain type of, some people can drink dark liquor, some people can drink light, white liquor. But when somebody knows, oh, he can't drink white liquor, and give him white liquor, and then he's acting a fool and making fun of him, then look at this fool. You're supposed to be destroyed for that. So that's how the equivalent, how the Lord sees it. You got in the world at its worst case scenario by following your shit. All right? And you try to expose everybody else, but now you being exposed. They are filled with shame for glory. So what is America is not about baseball and apple pie and this, that. No, it's about slavery, slavery, slavery. Rape, rob, and murder. Taking what's not yours, extortion. All right? Whoremongering. Slavery, slavery, slavery. It's always been about that. It says, drink thou also, let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee. Which is what? Deuteronomy 30:7. So all the shit that is going to happen, like the scripture says, that if that has not done it to my chosen, the Lord would not have done it to you. But you did it to the Lord's chosen. So every single thing that's happened, but these next events, the crashing of the money, all this other shit, people stressing out, losing their mind, that's the part of the cup of the Lord. And you have no other, you're going to be saying, thank you, can I have another? Because it's going to be forced down your throat. All right? It says, shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of the beast which made them afraid because of men's blood, for the violence of the land of the city and all that dwell therein. All right. So with that, try to make this short, but hey, spirit has felt it. So that being said, shalom to the elect of the nations. Shalom. We almost out of here.